What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. Latest chapter of Record of Ragnarok dropped, honestly, a while ago. I'm just now getting to talk about it. But chapter 102, and we're into the next fight of Loki versus the White Death. Simo. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I think it's Heiha, but we just call him the White Death. That's probably top 10 toughest nicknames in humanity. I ain't gonna cap the out. If you look at somebody like, oh dog, that's the White Death. Yeah, I'm shook. I'm scared. Why do they call him that? What kind of death is he bringing? But anyways, this is one of the most genuine fights that I feel sorry on the God side for. I don't think I felt sorry for any God participant up until this point. Like Burnhild, what's her name? Is her name Burnhilder? I'm gonna call her Burnhild. She's legitimately using Loki's love for her against him. And when he walked up to her and was like, she asked him, can you participate in the next battle? And he goes, you know I would do anything for you. Or something along those lines. But pretty much like she's like, I need you to participate. Humanity needs this. She's saying like, you have to go so that we can win. And the only way humanity can win is by destroying Loki. I'm talking Xing him out of everything. He won't exist anymore. She's asking Loki to give up his life for her. I don't like that out of her. She's using a man's love against her. That's weaponizing emotions, and I'm never here for that. And Loki, he even knows it. He willingly participates and goes along with it. But in his mind, he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it, but I'm going to put up a fight. And I'm planning on winning. But still, she's pitting the most optimal opponent against Loki. She's really preying on his downfall while using and weaponizing his love. Because she loves, what's his name that's trapped? I think, was it Balmung, Boulder, whatever? I don't even know that lame half guy. She loved that dude. Loki loves her. It's a whole shenanigan of a love triangle. And she knows Loki feels about her. She's still whatever. Anyways, that's why I feel bad about Loki. He's going into a losing fight. And this fight doesn't even need a prediction. Like, humanity is going to win. Because if they lose, it's GG's for the rest of the manga. Like, humanity is going to win. But, again, I just feel bad for Loki. And I never thought I'd feel bad for any version of Loki. Loki's always like, for lack of a better word, an asshole. He's always been an asshole. Always will be an asshole. But I feel bad for him in this one scenario. And the Simo, I'm not gonna say his last Simo. The White Death, he has a crazy Volstein. He has a crazy weapon. He's using his rifle, right? And it's blasting through all of Loki's abilities. Because Loki can manifest other gods with their powers. So he manifested Thor, Odin, and Hercules. And my man put that sniper and said, bow! Took them all down. Even when it was fully power manifested. But the crazy part is, for as strong as that shot is, it damages him just as much because he's using his body parts. And we see in his next shot, he calls out, I think he says liver. But he says it in, because he's a Finnish soldier, so he says it in whatever language they primarily speak. He's using, like, parts of his organs are transferring into a bullet into the gun and shooting out with that explosive power. And you can see that once he takes that next shot, he starts coughing up blood. Like, to win this fight, he is legitimately killing himself as well. Which fits into his persona, because in this chapter, we get a backstory about how he became known as the White Death. He was knocking people out with the sniper rifle, taking impossible shots. He literally saved an army from another army. He was going to be the reason they won that war, solely because of him. But he felt bad. With every life he took, it weighed greatly on his mental and caused him. Low-key, he had a breakdown. Like, every night he would have a mental breakdown, but nobody would see, because he was a S tier soldier. Like, he would completely shut himself off from everybody else, because he knows if they see him, morale's gonna drop. So he handled his own baggage on his own, like mental breakdown all by himself. And the next day, he's at attention, boom, taking those shots, because he's gonna do whatever it takes for his land. He put his land before himself. Can't do nothing but respect that kind of loyalty and admiration, and just drive towards the cause. But yeah, for him, every shot he takes, even though it's hurting him, he thinks of it as like his penance. Like, I deserve this pain for what I'm doing, for the pain I'm inflicting on not only my opponent, but my opponent's family. Because that's what really got him. When he knocked down one of the soldiers, put that chrome through somebody's dome, he saw the pendant of that dude's wife and kid, knowing that he'll never go home to that family. That weighs on his mental. So this way, it's kind of like his penance. Like, he's doing damage, but he's also repaying by damaging himself as well. So you don't feel half as bad. It's like he's balancing the scales of justice, if you will. But yeah, this is GG. Humanity's got to win. There's no scenario where humanity loses. But one thing I did want to talk about is this was a manga and anime where I think they didn't need a bigger, grander plan in the background. I think this is just, and this is going to be spoilers. If you're anime only, first of all, you shouldn't have even watched up to this point. But if you're anime only, I'm about to blow up a big time background major plot line that you might not want to hear. So if you're anime only, honestly, you should just stop watching the video here, because the rest of the video is going to be about that plot, what I don't like, what I think they should have done, and then I'm going to close out the video. So you've been warned. This should have been just the tournament, a fight for humanity. Now with what they're doing with Odin in the background, and he's trying to free like the prime evils or the primal gods or whatever it was, like that's so unnecessary, and it's actually taking me away from what drew me into this manga to begin with. I was in here for a fight for humanity, and now it's turning from a fight for the survival of humanity to a fight to prevent gods from having another fight amongst the gods. You see how like the roles being reversed? I don't like that. I don't like that. And every time we have to worry about, oh, we're trying to stop Odin's grand plan, Odin's devious, we have to prevent Odin. Like, no. We need to be locked in on this tournament. We need to prioritize humanity's survival. We need to get through these fights. It didn't need that whole background thing. You could have waited until humanity won and then blew up the spot with that. Like, oh, humanity won. Then Odin drops down in the middle and like humanity may have won, but the gods have not lost either. And then he starts fighting the other gods. Like, why do I care? Genuinely, this whole time it's been us against the gods, right? Why do I care that Odin has a plot against the other gods? Why do I care about that, bro? This show did not need a major arcing background plot line that makes it seem bigger than it was. Bro, sometimes simple's best. It's a war of humans versus gods with all of humanity at stake. Why do you need more than that? This whole Odin thing, and then you have the doctor in the Valkyrie in training sneaking into Hades and stuff, trying to find dude. Like that. Miss me with all that BS, bro. I don't care about that plot line. Again, it's so unneeded, and it's going to convolute what should be a fun and entertaining story that was straight in your face. Like, it's either we do or we don't. You could have gone any other route after the tournament, but to try to pull this type of ish while the tournament, we're in the heat of the tournament, like dead heat, bro. It's gas right now, and you're taking us away because you want us to care about what's going to happen with the gods, either during or after. Bro, let me tell you something. Within this series, we don't give a damn about the gods. Do you hear me? Whatever issues they have going on between the gods themselves, that's for them. Right now, we're locked in on humanity, bro. Huge mistake trying to pull that, in my humble opinion. All of this is my humble opinion. And I tell you what, before y'all get in the comments talk about oh, bro doesn't like plot, bro doesn't like when somebody's trying to give you a bigger picture. Nigga, I do like a bigger picture. I don't think this needed a bigger picture. That's my whole point. I'm entitled to my opinion the same way y'all are entitled to your opinions, though. So I don't want you to not say like anything like that. You can if you want to. I'm just letting you know that's my opinion. Yours can differ as well, and I accept differing opinions. Bring them on. We can have a cordial, polite conversation about it. Or you can disrespect me. I can disrespect you back. I'm also here. It can be whatever, bro. I match energy. The moral of the story is I'm gonna match whatever energy I receive. But yeah, me personally, it just needed to be a war of gods versus humans, and now they're detracting from that, and I'm losing interest. Every time we divert between a human versus a god fight, I lose interest in the chapter immediately. I just scroll. I don't even read. I'm just like picture, 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 picture. Okay, I'm done. Because I don't care. I don't care what Odin's trying to do against the gods that locked away his main Odin form. Bro, I don't give a damn. It is what it is. But that being said, damn, what chapter was this? Chapter 102, Record of Ragnarok. What did y'all think? Loki versus the White Devil. Who y'all got winning? Trick question. You know who has to win, right? Legit. If the humans lose, it's GG's. You know who has to win. But do you feel bad about Loki in this fight, the way Byrne is treating him? Comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all the social media jazz. Uncrowned Kingdom. I've been your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku. That's the fire that keeps the kingdom burning safe. And I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace, bros. Peace, 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 peace.